Hi, my name is Stanley Jacob. Today my topic is going to be about Dubai. It's in United Arab Emirates, that is UAE. So these are my objectives. So the first one is going to be political and economical history of Dubai. Since the turn of the 20th century, Dubai, the largest city in the United Arab Emirates, known before independence as the Crucial Coast, has derived its fame and prosperity from trade. Dubai owes much of its prosperity and development to its merchants who played a key role in restructuring the economy and in the government decision-making process. As the main contributors to the economy, they played a fundamental role in implementing economic and political reforms and were the driving force behind Dubai's development in the pre-oil era. When oil was struck in the mid-1930s and revenue began to pour into the state's treasury, many predicted a decline in the influence of merchants whose revenue had shrunk and who had consequently lost of their power. A closer examination of Dubai's development shows, however, that any decline in the merchants' influence was only temporary. Even today, they continue to play a fundamental role not only in economic affairs but also in reformulating the political structure of Dubai. Furthermore, merchants have taken on additional roles as service suppliers, urban planners, culture mediators, and internationals who represent the Gulf throughout the world. Secondly, we are talking about political and economical system of business in Dubai. Dubai was largely dependent on the traditional pearling industry as the backbone of its economy. Pearls have been treasured and traded as beautiful adornments for the wealthy for centuries and up till the 1930s. The Gulf was one of the most prolific pearl producing areas in the world. The pearling industry reached its peak just before the First World War, when demand for pearls in India, Europe, and America made this industry very profitable. During the 1970s, the merchants' role developed as a result of Dubai's new economic importance. Oil has been discovered, and oil wealth was used to develop the infrastructure and to provide prosperity to every citizen in Dubai. From the early 1980s until the mid-1990s, Dubai commerce with Gulf Corporate Council, that is GCC in short, and other Gulf countries such as Iraq and Iran grew and diversified. As far as Iran is concerned, Dubai enjoyed a brisk and lively trade with it during most of 1980 to 88 Iraqi-Iranian war. Dubai really enjoyed. Dubai's merchants revived their previous roles as major entrepreneurs of trade and created a new one as suppliers of services. Since the Second World War of 1991, the Dubai merchant community, benefiting from political stability and a thriving market economy, has played a significant role in turning Dubai into the busiest spot of the region. The city itself has evolved as the most active business center in the region, attracting business from all over the Middle East and Far East as well as from Europe. They became part of the political structure in the past because the structure of the economic and political system made it impossible to rule without them. They remain integral to the structure because the conservative capitalist nature of Gulf societies cannot exclude them. Merchants were and still are dominant figures in Dubai, playing a vital role in its continued growth and development. Thirdly, we are going to look about the culture of Dubai and the implications. The business culture in the United Arab Emirates, that is UAE in general, and Dubai in particular, is similar to other business globally. The UAE is a federation of several emirates including Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Abu Dhabi has explored its comparative advantage in large-scale capital and energy-intense downstream industries such as petrochemical and fertilizers. Dubai, with its depleting oil resources, has pursued an outward-oriented strategy of openness to trade facilitations, and a favorable business environment that has enhanced non-oil diversification of the economy has also been driven by the rapid expansion of the services. The prudent management of oil wealth, trade, and trade openness, and an efficient functioning business environment has supported a higher industry of trade integration and diversification in Dubai related to other neighboring countries in the Middle Eastern region. So this is about the culture of Dubai and how oil is very important and it plays a major role. Fourthly, we are going to talk about business organization in Dubai. GCC, that is the Gulf Corporate Council. Labor markets are unique in their dependence on expatriate labor. Throughout Oman, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, localization programs designed to foster participation of citizens in the workforce have been in place for many years. Through these programs, governments display a positive bias towards the employment of locals and favor firms that employ local workers to those that fill jobs with predominantly foreign workers. This goes beyond discouraging the employment of employing foreign workers when locals are available and willing to take the job. It extends to give investment and support to locals to help them build their skills and thus enhance their chances in the job market. Emiratization, the process of nationalizing the workforce in the UAE, has been successful in the public sector but still lags behind in the private sector, where employment decisions are mostly made by expatriates and more than often not on the basis of clear business rationale which clearly favors expatriates. The percentage of UAE nationals living within the borders is estimated to be 15 to 20% of the total population. The remainder consists of expatriates on residence visas attained mostly through sponsorship from an employer or to a much smaller extent sponsorship through a business partner or ownership of freehold property. This has created what the World Bank in 2004 describes an unprecedented job creation challenges across all GCC states. By 2020, however, according to some estimates, approximately 100 million jobs would have to be created across GCC to employ new national entrants and reduce national unemployment to sustainable levels, even below a recent unofficial estimate of currently 15%. So that's all about the business organization. Now let's come to leadership in Dubai. Leadership in Dubai, before that, let me tell you, it's two types of management. The first one is traditional risk management and the second one is enterprise risk management. Traditional risk management is nothing but it is risk management done whenever managers believe need exists to do it. So, secondly, it is narrowly focused. But when it comes to enterprise risk management, which is what the Dubai is following, since many foreign people are working, they have to follow this because they have to take the risk, or else they will lose the business. And today we see that they are following ERM, which is enterprise risk management. It is number one, integrated, that is risk management coordinated with senior level oversight. Everyone in the organization view risk management as part of his or her job, so they are ready to take the risk. Second, we can see that it is continuous, which means risk management process is ongoing. Thirdly, broadly focused, all business risk and opportunities are considered. So when we see about the leadership, there are some of the points which I am going to tell you now. The first one is model the risk. Once risks have been differentiated, classified and prioritized, the strategic risks need to be modeled by developing a probability distribution on outcomes that represents the uncertainty associated with a specific risk factor. Second one is measure. Having modeled strategy and manageable risk, and after integrating them with potential financial and operational strategies, the next step is to measure the impact of the strategies in the organization's key performance indicators, that is KPIs. The third one is communication. When leaders communicate well and engage directly in the process, they have an enormous impact. The business organization should have communication-rich culture to create this lasting ERM. Last one, I'm going to talk about human resource management in Dubai system. The first step about human resource management is data for this research were obtained from individual face-to-face semi-structured interviews with HR managers and line managers involved in Emiratization, which is the local Arabs initiatives. The rationale for conducting this research using the interview method is based on who found that in developing countries, research objectives often prefer face-to-face interviews to questionnaires. The second one is prerequisites, that is also called terminology and commitment. For the purpose of strategy and implications for HRM, it is of paramount importance to be consistent about the terminology and its meaning. Therefore, interviewers were asked for the definition of Emiratization. As expected from literature, these definitions showed high diversity from seeing it a more or less welcome training and education exercise in order to utilize the country's natural resources to be the perception as a requirement, bringing down service levels and profits. Next one we see identifying candidates. A major difficulty identified was the identification of suitable candidates, as organizations either do not have a pool of suitable candidates, and even if they did, there were few differentiation points in CVs on which to make a decision. This was particularly true for fresh graduates, as there is no prevailing culture of internships or summer jobs that will result in different skill sets and expertise. Next one is the guidelines. In accordance with specific job requirements as well as the required level of professional and soft skill need to be established, and involvement of relevant department head and managers should be required to confirm job readiness. And moreover, talented nationals to be actively approached before they potentially initiate a job to a competitor. And every staff need to provide a meaningful career path, and policies need to be in place to encourage staff movement or promotion. Finally, existing national staff needs to be aware of opportunity within the organization and encouraged to apply for open position that either result in promotion or lateral move. Conclusion of my topic, Dubai. From the analysis of this thing, many organizations have never seriously tried to integrate nationals into the workforce, but have resorted to one-time programs aimed to produce a number, making the organizations look good for external stakeholders, be it the press or the government, but not for the locals. They are suffering. In conclusion, HRM policy could benefit from integrating the experiences of companies successful in localization, a success that should not only be measured with regards to the percentage of UAE nationals in the workforce, but in more meaningful measures such as retention rates or competitive promotions, beyond management commitment as a key requirement for Emiratization, that is the local Arabs living in Dubai. Therefore, HR processes should be able to adapt to local culture, and needs are crucial in determining success. Thank you.